Welcome children, take out the history book, chapter 10, Introduction of Modern Education. Till the early part of the 19th century, education was a privilege of the rich and the upper class. Now, till the 19th century, education, it was just meant for rich and the upper class people. Very few received Western education or were taught in English. Education was religious in nature, with a vast majority of people being taught in pathshalas or madrasas, where the medium of instruction was regional languages. Now, very few people during that time, very few people used to get Western education, or they were taught English education, because English education they heard their sentimental, that was the religious feelings healing. With a vast majority of people, they either used to go to the pathshala, that means the Hindu majority they will to go to the pathshala, while the Muslim majorities they used to go to the madrasa, and in this pathshalas and madrasa education were given in regional languages. There were usually no fixed curriculum, and here no fixed curriculum was there. In its early year, the British government remained indifferent towards the development of education in India. During this early year, what used to happen? The British government, they used to remain indifferent towards the development of education in India. The English East India Company was primarily interested in trading and earning profit. Now, English East India Company, what they were? They were primarily very much interested in business or earning the profits. For more than a century, the company did not make any profits to bring a change in the Indian education system. Now, for more than a century, what happened? The company, they never did any effort so that they could bring some change in the Indian education system. The initiatives to educate Indians were taken up by a few British officers and Christian missionaries. Now, this initiative to educate this Indian, they were taken only by some British officers and the Christian missionaries. The introduction of the printing press have also helped in the spread of it. Now, introduction of printing press, what it did? It helped to spread the Western education. Though the Christian missionaries were primarily interested in spreading Christianity through education, they were pioneers in the spread of Western education. Now, these Christian missionaries, they actually were interested in spreading Christianity through education, and they were the pioneers in spreading of Western education. Some of the earliest institutions for higher education were established in the presidencies of Madras, Calcutta and Bombay between 1781 and 1870. Now, between 1781 and 1870, some of the early institutions for higher education, it was established in the presidencies of Madras, Calcutta and Bombay. Now, the Qatar Act of 1830, the first step taken by the British to spread education in India was release of the Qatar Act of India. Now, first step that the Britishers had taken to spread education in India, it was to release the Qatar Act of 1830. This act set apart a sum 1 lakh rupees is for the purpose of spreading literature and science in India. Now, for this act, they have set apart 1 lakh rupees to spread literature and education in India. Even though the grant was sanctioned, no consensus could be reached on the medium of instruction, as well as on whether it should be promoting modern education or traditional learning. Now, even though the grants were sanctioned and no consensus, they were reached on the medium of instruction, as well as whether it should be promoting the modern education or traditional learning. Therefore, the grant lay untouched for 2 decades, and for this reason, what happened? This grant lay untouched for 2 decades. Opinions were split on the subject, and there emerged 2 distinct voices. Now, they got divided on the subject, and there emerged 2 distinct voices. The Orientalists advocated the spread of Oriental literature and learning, as well as the promotion of classical Indian language. Now, Orientalists, what they advocated? They advocated to spread the Oriental literature and learn well as to promote the classical Indian language. They were of the opinion that they were serve of administrative and judicial needs of the country better. Now, they have opined that they were too much severe of the administrative and even the judicial needs of the country better. The group led by Lord Macaulay, who was the member of Governor General's Council, advocated the promotion of modern education through the medium of English. Now, this group, it was led by Macaulay. He had advocated that the modern education, it should be in English. This group was known as Anglish, and this group, it was known as Anglish. Indians like Raja Rammohan Roy advocated modern training and the use of English. Now, Indians like Raja Rammohan Roy, he had supported for the modern learning and the use of English. Some Enlightenment Bengalis set up Calcutta Hindu College in 1817 for that purpose. Now, some enlightened Bengalis, they have set up Calcutta Hindu College. It was in the year 1817 for that purpose. Now, take out your diary, write chapter 10, Introduction of Modern Education, and explain homework, revise it. And with this, I am ending my today's class.